north at our what would usually be our lunch meeting, but is our Zoom meeting. What we usually do is start with the United States Pledge of Allegiance for those of you who are part of us. So I will just begin, and it'll be a cacophony. So just go ahead and follow along. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, liberty and justice for all.
Liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everybody. Scott, would you like to do our invocation today?
Yeah, I was looking for Brian, but
yeah, we need a minister for all these people.
Brian just joined us.
Did he?
Brian's on? Okay. Just in time.
There's Brian. Brian, are you with us? Would you like to give our invocation as our resident pastor?
I can do that. Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead, Brian.
All right. Almighty God, we give you thanks for all the blessings you give to us each and every day. We thank you for the work of Rotary around the world, and specifically the work of our club and the Arbor Club and Arbor West. We thank you for all the things that are being done, especially in this time of COVID and other things. We ask for your blessing on our meeting today and for the work that continues to be done. And we look forward to seeing what opportunities avail in the near future for us to support those in need. Help us to serve others above ourselves. We ask this in your name. Amen.
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 Thank you, Brian. I'm looking for Peg, but she is not here today, so we'll do our four-way test together. First,
is it the truth?
Second,
is it
fair
fair
to all
concerned?
Third, will
Will it build goodwill and better
friendships?
friendships?
Fourth, will it be beneficial
To all concerned.
And that's how we open our meetings. And now I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Manish, who will do our presentation for the food gatherers.
Thank you very much, Steve, Doc Lessons. Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to have you all join us, even virtually, as much as we wish we could do this entire program in person, but such is life. And this is the whole reason we are gathered, to make announcements of cash assistance today at the December 17th, 2020 meeting of the Rotary Club of Ann Arbor North. First of all, I want to welcome District Governors Rashmi Kulkarni from District 3131, India, District Governor Karen Gabriz, District 6380. I'm not sure if Dr. Noel Jackson from District 6400 is here, but we must acknowledge him because a large part of our project is focused on Detroit and our neighboring district. PDGs Don Rydell, Gail Scott, Mao Sangvi, if you're here, great, welcome. Assistant Governor Julie Shoemaker, District Governor nominee Collier Smith, hope you're here today. Presidents Joanne Pearson, Makran Fadke, Doc Steve Lessons, Palo volunteers. I saw a couple pop in on the Zoom link, and of course my dear fellow Rotarians and club members. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Rotary Club of Ann Arbor North and my fellow project committee members, Eric Tyndall and Diane Sheffrey, it's my great honor and privilege to welcome you to this program, recognizing the invaluable work of food gatherers and Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels in Washtenaw County with cash assistance grants. The Rotary Club of Ann Arbor North is excited to partner with the Rotary Club of Pune Metro as our international sponsor club, 13 other Rotary clubs from Southeast Michigan, and especially with the legwork done by the Rotary Club of Ann Arbor here in our hometown, as well as clubs in India and three district foundations from 9211, which consists of 178 clubs in Tanzania and Uganda, and District 6400, of course. and the Novi-based nonprofit Palav. And this is a $72,000 award that we have been able to pull together, known as the Pandemic Relief for Detroit Project. The Rotary Foundation matched global grant project will provide PPE donations worth about $37,000 to Metro Detroit hospitals, medical clinics, and nursing homes, working with the aged and underserved populations who are facing the devastating impacts of COVID-19 pandemic, such as health risks, job losses, and food insecurity. Area Rotarians and volunteers from Palav will partner to shortly deliver before Christmas all purchased PPE, which in aggregate include nearly 10,000 specialty face masks and face shields, 75,000 surgical nitrile or latex gloves, 250 gowns, dozens of sanitation stations, thermometers, and other safety signage that is vital to keeping people safe and healthy. The $35,000 balance of the Rotary Global Grant cash will be dispersed in the form of cash assistance to 9 food banks serving the hardest hit areas in Detroit and neighboring communities of Ypsilanti, Pontiac, Novi, and Ann Arbor. We just held a very successful kickoff meeting event on Tuesday, December 15th, with the announcement of a generous donation of $15,000 to Gleaners Community Food Bank in Detroit, which alone will serve 90,000 meals. The balance $17,000 in funds from that $35,000 amount are now being distributed to homeless veteran centers, Detroit and Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels, Cass Community Social Services, Hope Warming Homeless Center, and food gatherers to feed the area's most vulnerable this winter. I want to thank my counterpart on this project, Dr. Makaran Fadke, Palav, the NGO of medical volunteers, who is represented by Dr. Nitin Chothai today, and a few other volunteers, and especially Rotarian Ashish Sarkar for initiating and working tirelessly to organize this reverse global grant to provide the pandemic relief for Detroit and neighboring communities. Just this Rotary year, from the comfort of our armchairs, our small but mighty Rotary Club of Ann Arbor North has opened opportunities by assisting or leading similar global grant projects in Sierra Leone, in partnership with Rotary Club of Ann Arbor, completing a large project Dignity program on water and sanitation that awarded 1,300 toilets to rural women in the Sundarbans in East India, sanitation for 4 girls' schools in earthquake-affected Nepal. We just closed that global grant out last month with another, announcement and launch. And we launched a microcredit award program for 200 entrepreneurs in Nigeria, just in the suburbs of Lagos, less than 24 hours ago. And many of you present were with me just 24 hours ago for that wonderful program. And now here's this pandemic relief for Detroit project. So it's amazing what the constraint of COVID, or whether it has opened opportunities, I'm not sure, but it is amazing to see so many familiar faces and garner the kind of support for Detroit that has come through on this project. I now request Rotarian Makaran Fadke to deliver his remarks and also to introduce District Governor Rashmi Kulkarni. Thank you all for your presence today and for gracing this recognition of vital agencies in our midst.
Okay.
So, Makaran, you want to take it from there for the next 2-3 minutes?
Yes, I will. Thank you, Manish. And good afternoon to everyone in USA, and good evening to those of us in India and in Africa. Again, thank you, Manish and organizers for giving me this opportunity to speak on behalf of all the overseas partners for this project. President Ann Arbor Club North, Rotarian Dr. Steve Lessons, District Governor, District 6380, Rotarian Karen Jebris, District Governor, District 3131, which is my own district, Rotarian Rashmi Kulkarni, fellow Rotarians, Team Palav, teams from Food Gatherers, Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels, greetings from Pune. I am very happy to be here at this wonderful event. Holiday season is just around the corner, and the timing for the event could not be better. When we formulated this project, this came out of a conversation that I was having with Rotarian Ashish Sarkar, and this was in the month of May. And we felt that, things were really struggling in the Detroit metro area. So then it occurred to us that if we could invoke the kindness of Rotarians around the world and try and at least partially alleviate the sufferings of the people in this area. Out of this initial discussion, the project of Reverse Global Grant crystallized. We got to work to solicit support from fellow Rotarians, and the support came readily. Clubs from our district, Rotary Club of Pune Central, Rotary Club of Pune South, Rotary Club of Pune Pristine, Rotary Club of Pune Inspira, they agreed to participate. From Bangalore, we have Bangalore Brigade and RID 3190 who agreed to join. And 9211 from Tanzania, Uganda, that Manish just reference to, they also pitched in. And this thing, bringing everybody together, was a Herculean effort, and Rotarian Ashish played a really key role. And I certainly want to thank and congratulate each of these clubs and district and their members for their kind-heartedness. Now, I also want to salute the US execution team, because they did all the heavy lifting to tackle the execution issues as they came along. And I believe there are many issues, but thanks to their wonderful teamwork, we are standing here today. We are looking forward to doing many more such collaborations, so together we can make 1 + 1 = 11. Again, thank you once again for making me part of this wonderful event. And now I'll be happy to introduce my DG, Rotarian Rashmi Kulkarni. Rotarian Rashmi, she is a long-time Rotarian. She and her husband Vinay are both AKS, and a very generous couple, and they are devoted their life and life to Rotary. And we are really, really fortunate to have Rotary as our leader for our district. Rashmi, she is an architect by profession, and she runs her own business. But I think most of what she does is work for Rotary. And both Vinay and Rashmi, they're a wonderful couple, and they've really done wonderful things for our district. So I'm very pleased to introduce our direct DG, Rotarian Rashmi Kulkarni. Rashmi.
Thank you. Thank you, Makran, for such a nice words. Good evening, friends from India, and very good afternoon to my friends from US. It's my pleasure to welcome you all from different countries and time zones. It shows your passion and commitment for Rotary and to do good in this time of pandemic. I welcome District Governor 6380 Karen also. My special appreciation for Rotary Club of Ann Arbor North, President Dr. Steve Lessons, past President Manish Mehta as project convener, past President Ashish Sarkar as project organizer, and District Governor Karen of Rotary District 6380 and Miss Helen of Food Gatherers. It's indeed a pleasure to me to be amongst you all for such a wonderful project of donating funds to a food bank. I am really very happy and proud that in this pandemic year, this is the first project where clubs from our district 3131 are supporting an overseas club from USA. Usually, we are the recipients and most of the donor clubs are from US. So it's our pleasure to help. I also like to appreciate Rotary Club of Pune Metro along with Rotary Club of Pune South, Pune Central, Pune Pristine and Inspira, all from Rotary International District 3131. Rotary Club Bangalore Brigade from District 3190 and District 9211 from Uganda, Tanzania, who have participated in this reverse COVID global grant of US dollars 88,000, which has benefited more than 100,000 people. Thanks a lot. We in India plan to take this story to various media platforms to showcase Rotary's helping hand. This project got good publicity on TV and local newspapers in Detroit also, and we will try our level best for South Asia Rotary News, and everywhere we will on Facebook pages and YouTube. Definitely we will try to make public image of Rotary. Thank you very much for inviting me, and my congratulations to the entire team, India and US, for a job well done. Congratulations again, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, District Governor Rashmi Kulkarni, for your kind words and good wishes. We will continue with now remarks by representatives of food gatherers and Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels, for whom we have both, I think, transferred funding to the tune of $2,500 for each organization. And perhaps, may I call on Helen Starman from Food Gatherers to go first with how this, introducing your organization and what you do, and what the impact of this funding will be in the community relative to pandemic relief. And then we'll follow Kelly Schwartz from Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels. Unless Allison Foreman is with us too, then great. Thank you.
Great, thank you. I'm really happy to be here today. My name is Helen Starman. I'm the Chief Development Officer at Food Gatherers, and I'm joined by my colleague, Jen Whaley, who actually worked with you all to arrange this grant and to help us decide what we would do with it. We are incredibly grateful for the gift and also for the opportunity to share with you today how we're using it. Food Gatherers is the food bank and food rescue program serving Washtenaw County. We have been in existence for 31 years, and we work through a network of 170 community partners and programs to distribute food throughout Washtenaw County. So we serve this local community. As you might imagine or have heard, COVID-19 had a tremendous impact on food insecurity, both in our community and nationally. Since March, we have been hearing from our community partners, our pantries, our meal programs, that they're seeing anywhere between a 30% and 300% increase in need. So it went up very quickly and it has remained high. And the other thing that they're noticing or seeing is that more than 40% of individuals who are coming to pantries and meal programs right now have never used a program before. So before the pandemic, they had never needed a food pantry, they'd never needed a meal program. Many of them had never even imagined a day when their household would be food insecure. And that's not only true in our local community in Washtenaw County, but it's actually true nationwide. That number is pretty consistent throughout the country. So we have this increased need and it's continued. And what we know is that in our community, by the end of the year, overall food insecurity will have increased by about 37%. But I think even more astounding is that child food insecurity in Washtenaw County has increased by about 100%. So since March, the number of children who don't have access to the types and amounts of healthy food they need has doubled. And that's, you know, a concern and something that we all should be thinking about. So your gift was terrific. We were so happy to have it, and we actually used it for something that you might not have imagined. I mean, oftentimes I think you give money to a food bank and you imagine it's going to go towards food, but you know, this tremendously increased need, and because of public health guidelines, the significant decrease in volunteer help that we have has meant that our warehouse is busier than ever. We've had to hire more staff, and our staff who are working in the warehouse are incredibly busy preparing food orders, building emergency food boxes, sorting food, loading trucks and unloading trucks. And we used your gift towards the purchase of another powered pallet jack. So those are those little machines that go under, you know, we take pallets and we pile them up with boxes, and then we move them around the warehouse and we load them on trucks, and a powered jack does the movement for you, so you don't have to pull it yourself. And our staff was really excited when we were able to purchase another one for the warehouse. They're easier to use, they're faster, and they significantly decrease the risk of staff injury. So thank you for the funding. Thank you for supporting our distributions throughout the community. Thank you for thinking of us. And I think on behalf of our warehouse team, a double thank you for making their jobs easier.
Thank you very much, Helen Starman and Jen Whaley, for your presence and for describing your activities and the use of these funds. And, you know, our club members have also volunteered recently at food gatherers. And of course, the last 9 months, we've kind of backed off with these things. Our next speaker will be, I believe, Kelly Schwartz. Are you going to deliver remarks on behalf of Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels?
Yes, I am. I'm sorry, Allison was not able to make it to the meeting today. But my name is Kelly Schwartz. I am the Director of Operations for Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels. We serve about 200 homebound seniors and people with disabilities on the east side of the county. So we have several different cities that we service, and we receive much of our support too from Food Gatherers. So that has to be mentioned. They're a great partner of ours, and I used to work there too. So so they're near and dear to my heart. So I'm very happy for your award as well. But Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels, like I said, we serve homebound seniors, and we've been seeing an increase. We're probably adding about 2 to 3 clients a week at this point, and it seems to actually be picking up. So I think that people were feeling like they could get out to the stores, or they were having family coming in. But since our governor and our health department have put in basically stay-at-home orders, our homebound seniors have seen less and less of their families. And so in talking with some of our clients, they told me that they're fearful of going out, they're afraid to take transportation, and they're just generally worried about their health and contracting the virus. And we don't want them to do that, obviously, so we want them to be at home. But there is that social isolation thing, and that's been very difficult for many of our seniors and people with disabilities. They're not getting out and having that socialization with their family, their friends, or even being able to go and have appointments like they used to. So there's a lot of just people sitting at home and being very bored. So one of the things is that we were delivering meals 6 days a week. We have now gone to a 3-day-a-week meal delivery. We're delivering double the number of meals. And to kind of make up for that lack of our client care associates being able to see our clients, we've instituted a friendly caller program. So now we have about 35 volunteers contacting close to 160 clients. So those calls can range from weekly. Some clients like to be called daily just to see how they're doing. So we're trying to find those ways to, kind of stave off the social isolation. So like with Food Gatherers, it's been challenging for us to try and pivot and make sure we serve the needs of our clients, and also take care of our staff and volunteers as well. So this donation could not come at a better time. And what we ended up using this for was there is a online site called Good 360 where you can purchase items at a severe discount. So we were able to get things that we normally could not buy for the number of clients that we have. So we were able to get some digital thermometers. We were able to get some face masks, even some cute face masks with the holiday decorations on them. We're able to get our clients hand sanitizer and alcohol wipes and some cleaning products for their home too. These are all items that if they can't get out of their house to go shopping, they can't go get them. And so some of that we can supply to them through our personal care pantry and some of the items that we get from Food Gatherers, but generally some of that stuff we can't. So this was perfect for us. And one of the things we also spent the money on too, to help with this social isolation, is we bought them word search books, adult coloring books, activity books, and colored pencils as well. So we want them to be able to keep their mental health in check as well. So so this grant or this donation just came in at a perfect time. So we'll be packing our gift bags on Monday. So I will definitely, Manish, send you some pictures when we have that all done.
Thank you very much, Kelly Schwartz, for those remarks, and appreciate the opportunity to meet you in person last Friday when I handed over the check. I also had a chance to look at your operations literally at the peak hour, as you are getting ready to distribute lunches to the shut-ins and the seniors. So thank you very much for both of Food Gatherers and Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels for participating in this project. We appreciate it. And now I'd like to quickly introduce our District Governor, Karen Gabriz, who's a member of the Rotary Club of Ypsilanti, to deliver her remarks as we go to the last speaker today for the program.
Thank you, Manish. I appreciate it. Appreciate you being here. Warm greetings from Rotary District 6380 to all the visiting Rotarians, to our nonprofit partners, and to the dignitaries on the call. Thank you to Rotary Club of Ann Arbor President Steve Lesson for the invitation to be a part of this program, and to District 3131 Governor Ramesh Kulkarni, and your kind words and your supportive message. The Pandemic Relief Project for Detroit is truly an innovative collaborative of 3 Rotary districts and 15 Rotary clubs from across the globe. The districts and clubs that came together to propose a grant project, the idea was a grant to be able to supply personal protective equipment to institutions on the front line of the pandemic, and to help provide food to thousands of people in the metropolitan Detroit area. This project is providing support to people with health risks, job losses, and food insecurity due to the COVID-19 outbreak. We heard from both food gatherers and Ypsilanti Meals on Wheels that, our dollars help to do other things that they wouldn't be able to do. So by donating, they were able to keep the food supply and still expand services and help out in the communities in so many really and truly great ways. So in addition to helping the great nonprofits in Wayne County, this grant is really providing support to the 2 great nonprofits here in Washtenaw County. Food Gatherers and Meals on Wheels have been at the forefront of addressing food insecurity in Washtenaw County, and we thank you so much for your efforts. These organizations provide food to underserved populations that are truly hardest hit by the pandemic. So thank you to the global effort of the Rotary districts and clubs involved. This innovative collaboration is truly helping in having that positive impact on the lives of people hardest hit by the pandemic. It demonstrates that Rotary is an organization of people of action, and I thank everyone involved in this global grant project for all you do for Rotary and all you do for the people in the communities we serve. Thank you and congratulations to all.
Thank you very much, District Governor Karen Gabriz. We appreciate those remarks and the background you provided on the program. So we are about to conclude, and as we do,
Manish, can I?
Yes.
Can I make?
Yeah,
Can
sure.
I make a couple of comments?
Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I'll take very little time. 3 phone calls started this. Manish called me, and then my second phone call was to my dear friend who is also a Rotarian and head of Pallav, Nitin Chothai, and I don't know if Dr. Nitin Chothai is here. But I have never seen a more passionate person who loves humanity than Nitin. So I told him, and he said, yes, I think I should, we have been talking about this with, with Makarand and others, and we should do this. So my first question was, what will be the amount of check that you are writing? And he said, oh, I knew it was coming. So he said $5,000. So that's the start. And then from there on, we started and showed the power of Rotary, power of our passion, and power of humanity. A lot of people, all the clubs and districts that have been involved, none of them have this amount of donation in their budget. None of them. And, so I did not get a comment about, oh, it's not in our budget and this and that. They were all willingly donating. So that's another thing that we should remember, that when needs come, we need to roll up our sleeves and be innovative, as Governor Karen mentioned, and think of ways to do it. And look at the result, $72,000 in global grant and $15,000 matching grant from Kroger, which makes it $87,000 global grant, done in basically 3 months. So again, thank you. I give thanks to Ann Arbor North Rotary Club, Pune Metro Rotary Club, the two champions, and a lot of other Rotary clubs, including my own, Rotary Club of Ann Arbor, who gave money and support. And we had a lot of support behind the scene support from the members of Ann Arbor and Ann Arbor North and others. So thank you very much. And Pallav has been incredible partner. They are helping us. They have got a cadre of volunteers that never quit. So they are helping us really, distribute. And we have Rotarians who are distributing it. And Priya is there from Pallav also. Priya, where are you? Raise your hand. And of course, Nitin is, I think, hiding behind. Yeah, so most probably he's doing his rounds. But anyway, thank you very much again for the team. We couldn't have done this without the support of the team and the Rotarians around the world. Thank you very much, and my best to all of you for a happy holidays.
Thank you very much, Ashish Sarkar, for those warm remarks and the passion that you've shown and the energy to pull all this together. And it literally fell in our lap, so to speak. I do want to thank one other individual on this program who was also very instrumental. Past District Governor Don Sparky Leonard, who happens to be a member of the Rotary Club of Chatham in Ontario, Canada. This must have been his last official act as governor, because he approved this project literally on the last day of June, as the proposal was submitted online to the Rotary Foundation. So I want to thank him and our district foundation committee that quickly mobilized and also approved this project. I did not get a chance to read the names of the local Rotary clubs that have been key partners with us and contributors to this project, so I'll just quickly list them. The Rotary Club of Ann Arbor, which you already heard from, and we have several representatives here today, including the president, Joanne Pearson. Ann Arbor West, Rotary Club of Detroit, Rotary Club of Lakes Area, Rotary Club of Novi, Rotary Club of Troy, and of course our District 6380 Foundation. And you already heard Pallav representatives are here with us, so we look forward to continuing that partnership and the distribution. And with that, I want to thank you all. Have a very happy and safe holiday season, and continue to bring warmth and compassion to the communities around the world.
Thank you. Thank you all. This is Nitin Chautai.
Thank you for joining.
This is Nitin Chautai. Thank you.
Stay on and join our club meeting of the Rotary Club of Ann Arbor North. We have a very interesting speaker, Mr. T.C. Collins, who is also related and working in the field of agricultural and community gardening and development. So with that, I turn the meeting back to President Lessons.
Sir.
Thank you.
Sir, can I have 30 seconds?
Go ahead.
Sorry to distract your meeting. I'm always with, I'm a Rotarian, also Detroit AM club, and I'm being mentored by both Mr. Ashish Sarkar, Manish Mehta, and from Pune, Mr. Makran Fadke, who we have done several projects together. And Pune is my home city, and we're doing another project in Pune that is to develop a neonatal intensive care unit in a very charity hospital where only poor people go. And we are having a little bit of a shortfall in funding. $6,000 we are behind on that project. And I'm here to, with a shameless man with a begging bowl, to see if we can get some funding, additional funding for that project. I think we are very endowed and supported by everybody, and we have raised up to $58,000, $57,500, and we are short up to $64,000 is the budget. So anything that can be done, we will. I would be grateful and honored and humbled if we can get any additional dollars. Sorry, I'm being shameless, but it is not my personal need. It is something that a Rotary project demands, and that's why I'm here with a begging bowl. So I apologize for this interruption.
And it is a Rotary Global grant. So,
Yeah, it is a Rotary Club.
yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Rotarian.
Look at it.
We Rotarians are always networking. That's what we call it, right?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
That's what we call it. Well, thank you. I'd like to just, for those of you who are attending and are not Rotarians, you can see why you should be. So one of the other things that we do right before our speaker, who has been very patiently waiting, is we have what's called BABES, which is short for birthdays, anniversaries, and blessed events. And interestingly, Eric Tyndall's birthday was December 12th, and he's with us today. He's our past president. Diane Sheffrey's birthday is today. And knowing that we're on Zoom, I don't think we should sing. There's a spouse birthday, a spouse of Sherry Lessons. His birthday is December 26th. So
that's fantastic.
Happy birthday, President.
Good month.
Jeff Krause's wife is also born December 8th. Manish, you've been married for 32 years.
Yes, she still tolerates me. She's a Rotary widow.
December 2nd.
And I appreciate
Congratulations. And then we also commemorate the date that they joined Rotary. And Don Broderick, who is with us he's been with us for 26 years. My wife, Sherry, joined 5 years ago, but actually she's been a Rotary widow forever. Scott Nelson, you've been a Rotarian for 29 years. Don Patterson, a member of our club, 29 years. And here's our great hero, Bob Greenow.
Wow.
December 26th, he joined Rotary 53 years ago.
Wow.
That's our Rotary Club's birthday.
Wow.
So that's our babes. And normally we have a really weird horn that we blow, but don't have that either. So now it's my pleasure to introduce a very patient gentleman, T.C. Collins, who's going to talk to us about another food project in Ypsilanti known as Willow Run Acres. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. And thank you for the invitation, everyone. It's very glad to see everyone. My name is T.C. Collins from Ypsilanti, born and raised out in Willow Run. And I started a program so many years ago about growing potatoes. I did a program with my young daughter at the time at the school, where she was supposed to do a program about eating sugars and things of that nature. They did not allow it, so I asked the principal, can I bring in a presentation about how to grow potatoes? Well, that started off with just 10 participants in her classroom. Other teachers took notice, and they all said they would like to do it also. So that year, we ended up growing 360 potatoes. That was over 14 years ago. To this very date, we grew, we do this every year throughout the whole community. Washington, Cleveland, Ohio. We work with 5 different school districts, 2 daycares, a private school, and we grow 5,000 potatoes. The kids themselves get to do hands-on experience where they get to take their own potato, put it into a pot, take it home, and learn about the potato facts. They learn about the poison potatoes. They learn about the history of the edible potatoes. They learn about where potatoes come from and the healthy facts about potatoes. So like I said, to this date, we grew 5,000 potatoes, and those are given out to the community. Addition to that, we ended up growing over 5,000 pounds of potatoes. We gave those out to the community at need. We also grew 300 pounds of different varieties of greens, mustard greens, turnip greens, and lettuce. We gave that out to the community, and over 150 pounds of onions that we gave it out to the community. We also had a small population of people in the community that wanted chickpeas. So we grew about 75 pounds of chickpeas and gave those away also. My friend, Rick Estabrook, he's a Rotarian. Hopefully I pronounced that right. He's a Rotary Club member. He passed away about 2 weeks ago. He was from Ypsilanti. He's the one that I was helping him, teaching him about gardening and farming, building raised beds. We started a program, Adopt a Raised Bed, for disabled and veterans, where you can purchase a raised bed and donate it to a person in need. And that's been very successful. Also, it's very important that we do this garden program that I started. Willow Run Acres is a nonprofit organization. Also, we also have a 4-H club where we teach kids about entrepreneurial spirit and entrepreneurial skills, teaching them a skill, because a lot of kids today, they're so quick to sit behind a computer, play video games, or be on their phone. Well, our program, we try and encourage and develop entrepreneurial skills. We're teaching them about a seed bank, seed germination, how to create seed tape and seed bombs, how to create scented paper out of recycled materials, how to develop herbs and teas, and develop their palette of understanding the palette of having teas, fall planting, summer planting, winterization, how to teach them from growing outside to indoors. We also teach them about composting, and one of our favorite programs is foraging of the Underground Railroad, where we teach the community at large about all the food that are from the South and to the North that a lot of slaves had to go through, besides just freedom, learning about the medicines, learning about the poisonous plants, learning about foraging for food, identifying plants and food as they were foraging for food. Also, I'm a sustainability commissioner for the city of Ypsilanti, and one of my projects is teaching the community about the 8 R's. And you say, what is the 8 R's? Well, the 8 R's is rethink your choice, refuse single use, reduce consumption, reuse everything, refurbish old stuff, repair before you replace, repurpose and be creative, and in your last and most important option is recycling. Back in the 70s, we only had the one option about recycling. Well, today is 2020. We're working with the 8 R's, trying to get everyone involved about saving the planet. We also distribute food throughout the community. Like I said earlier, we gave out a lot of produce, but in addition to that, we gave out food. I partnered with Meals on Wheels and also Food Gatherers, and we handed out over 5,000 boxes of food for the people in need. And I'm going to show you this one example, if I can, please. This is the food plate. Hopefully you can see it. The S stands for starch, the P stands for protein, and the V and the F stands for fruit and vegetable. Well, you need to have a half a plate of fruits and vegetables, half a portion of starch and protein, a quarter of it. Well, today's environment in our community, a lot of people in the community cannot afford to have food. So this is what their plate looks like. They have either a starch or protein or a vegetable or fruit. The other half of the plate is left empty. So my main purpose is to reach out and help the community with some food items by teaching them to grow, by building raised beds, by purchasing compost, showing them the benefits of composting, buying bulk seeds, dividing up seeds, showing them how to make seed tape and seed bombs out of recycled materials such as newspaper, recycled mail, recycled Amazon boxes that a lot of people in the community are getting. They sit them by the curb. We just go by, ask the neighbors politely, can we have your cardboard boxes? They say yes. We tell them what we're doing it for. Then we take it back and we shred that and make other things that's good for the environment. So these are a host of things that we do for Willow Run Acres. We built close to 40 different raised beds throughout the community. I've been supporting this project on my own, on Social Security, and it's gotten bigger than I anticipated. So now today we teach about at least 38 to 4,000 kids annually. If anyone have any questions, I will be happy to answer. Sorry about that.
Anyone have any comments? I have to thank Scott Nelson for the connection to TC.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And certainly what you've seen today at our Rotary meeting, you can see we're very committed to this kind of thing, especially in this pandemic. And we work with everyone all over the world. So that's what Rotary is all about. So any other comments or questions at all? So it sounds like
I do have a small question.
Sure, Steve.
That was absolutely fascinating. I'm wondering, where do you get the seeds from? Are they donated? Are they reproduced? Where do they come from?
We do a host of quite a few different things. We do a seed trade where my son, he's 10 years old. He trades seeds with his own peers in the community themselves. We have over 10,000 different varieties of seeds from around the world. We also regrow a lot of our produce, and we try and collect seeds from that. And then, like I said, I purchase seeds once a month because I'm on Social Security, and I buy that on wholesale from Johnny Seeds.
Thank you. It's quite a variety of sources. A lot of ingenuity there.
Thank you.
I think Tammy has a question, but you're on mute.
My question to you is, have you tried or attempted to try something called straw bale gardening?
Yes, I have. Yes, we've done that. We've done that with potatoes, sweet potatoes, and we've done that with yams, and it worked out real well.
I have a question.
Yeah.
TC, it was great meeting you at my favorite ethnic food store in Ann Arbor, ZZ's Produce, a few months ago. If you remember, we talked about Rotary. I'd like to know, do you supply produce to places like ZZ's in town, or is it primarily for individual family consumption?
My first choice by nature, because I was homeless at one time, and I saw the heartache that it is to try and get food being homeless. So I tried to first help the community at need, because I'm not in for profit at first, because helping the community that, like I said, I was homeless before, and it was very hard on me. So helping the people that is in the community that is at large, I want to help them first. Then second, I would try to go to independent farmers markets to sell there. And then I would go to like ZZ's produce, because the most important thing is that giving out to people in need, they need it first, no matter if they have a job or not. It's not my business, but I see them that they are in need. That is my choice, that I would love to give that to them for free.
I have a question.
Okay. What kind of budget do you have? You know, you must have expenses. You can't all get it by donation. What's that look like?
Well, right now, to this date, we have a demand to build a community farm park kind of setting out in Ypsilanti. I'm in negotiation with the Ypsilanti Township, and they're asking me to build a no-till garden, which I'm in favor of, because a lot of people that cannot bend or twist or are disabled, they cannot bend down like a normal person. So we like to build raised beds for them. So our budget is probably about $600. We're behind a lot. To build that farm park as a township wants, it costs us about $6,000. And after that, it will be self-sustainable, because we will be charging a lot space or a lot fee. So that way we can take that money and put it right back into the program. So that way it can be self-sustainable. Because we've made a 5-year project and a long goal. So that way we can be self-sustainable for that program.
Great. Julie?
To unmute. I had to unmute. One idea, if you weren't already familiar with it, some local libraries have seed libraries where people who grow things bring in the seeds at the end of the season, and then they're available for others to use to plant the next spring. So you might want to look into Ypsilanti Library, and if they don't have a seed lending library, to start one.
Yes, and I'm glad you brought that up.